Go, go, go. Go, go, gadget. Hey, guys.
What's up?
Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Brian, Incredibly Average. This
I'm
is Jack.
Jax.
This is Jax. And we are happy to have you. And we are about to start part five.
I lost count.
Five. Yeah. I try to remember like that I'm trying to get volume 2 out, which
Right.
is parts 3 and 4. And that this is the start of volume 3, which is part 5 of
Right.
Amber Heard's 2016 Deposition, ladies and gents. So we're powering through. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like this feels like a powering through at this point.
It's very
And
tedious. Yes.
it really does. It really does. Hey from the UK. Hey from, I think I saw one from Egypt, from
Oh
all
yeah.
over the place. So we're doing a little weekend edition. Busy work week and just trying to get everything done, and worked all day yesterday. Otherwise would have done this yesterday. This is going to be a longer one ish.
Yup.
I think we've done one about this long before, like an hour or more. um,
Sunday special.
Sunday special, yeah. So uh, I think we got it figured out. As basically these things are like an hour and 40 something, hour and 50 something minutes a piece, roughly 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I always want to try to find a natural break where they get up and then come back. And the natural break was like at an hour and 5 in. So the second half of this volume, what will be part 6, hopefully I can get that out like sometime on a day off this week if I get one. And we can host that this week, but it would only be like 30 something minutes of footage to get through volume 3. But it's good to see everybody. Good to see everyone in the chat. We got about 1,100 or so right now.
Nice. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. I really do appreciate it. Not sure what everyone's schedule is going to be today, so to see even a few people here is nice. Someone said, "Yeah, I made a live." Yeah, some of you haven't been able to make it. I know there are people across the way. I saw a comment saying like Australia, it's like really early in the morning in Australia right now, I guess.
Yeah.
So, so bless you for waking up.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like we're trying to like vary the time so everybody has a chance to get into a live at some point, but
yeah. So I'm gonna add this to the stream. I'm gonna hit pause real quick because I think we figured it out. If Jax and I, just due to my internet connection, sometimes it's kind of a little wonky.
yeah, it worked out well last time when we stopped streaming camera and audio while playing the video from his side. So I think we'll continue to do that.
Right. So yeah, I think we'll keep doing it that way, and then if I pause it, we can jump back in and make any comments that need to be made, or just give people a breather, a time to read some chats and respond to them. So we'll do it that way. I'll go ahead and add this to the stream and then hit pause real quick, and we'll get rolling. For those who don't remember, they were just talking about they, as in not Wasser, Blair Burke. Blair Burke was just asking Amber about the April like birthday party thing. So now we're actually getting into the incident of physical violence that occurred that night. Whereas Amber claims Johnny kind of knocked her around a little bit, but no real like injuries or anything, and smashed a wine bottle. Johnny claims that she punched him twice, and then before he left, and she was begging him to stay. So you're gonna see that, and that's where we're picking up, and we're coming back from a break. If I recall, right before the break, she was asked about sending Johnny a text message saying, "Will you bring up weed and wine, like basically a joint and something to drink?" And so after that got like kind of heated, kind of really defensive and everything like that, she's trying to talk in circles. Now all of a sudden she comes back, and you'll see kind of how unbothered she almost even can't even be bothered to look at Blair, and she's just doing a bunch of other stuff, and it could get on your nerves a little bit. But here we go.
The usual.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mute and turn my camera off, and we'll get started, and you'll see what I'm talking about, where she's just too busy doing other stuff like making tea and stuff.
Right.
We'll go ahead.
Let's go.
Here we go.
This marks the beginning of media number 3 in the video deposition of Amber Depp. The time is approximately 3:18 p.m. We're back on the record.
Thank you. So, Ms. Hurd, we were just leaving off at when Johnny arrived, having sent him a text prior to his arrival, indicating, "Hey, baby, bring up something to drink and/or a joint. I'm in if you are." When Mr. Depp arrived, did he in fact have a joint, to your knowledge?
I believe so.
Okay,
But I can't be 100% certain. I guess I shouldn't guess, huh?
Don't guess.
Do you have any recollection, as you sit here, what happened to the joint, if he in fact had it?
No, nothing specific.
Did he
just these days he's, I don't know if I can remember a single time when he didn't have a joint in his hand when he walked in a room. I mean, it's very, I'm saying about 99% of the time.
But you have no specific memory that he had a joint with him when he arrived on April 21, 2016, is that correct?
Can't be 100% certain.
And did he have a bottle of wine in his arms or hands?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay. And this text you sent him prior to his arrival, the "Hey baby," we'll refer to it as the "Hey baby" text, you say that you no longer have this text because your phone was destroyed, correct?
It was destroyed that night when he threw it out of the window and it smashed, and it was never recovered.
Okay. And you said you threw his phone out, but you immediately retrieved it. Is that true?
His phone was protected significantly. And after he threw mine out of the window, I threw his out of the window immediately after. And his was immediately recovered. It was recovered that night because
Okay.
I tracked it. We used Find My iPhone.
How quickly was it recovered, Ms. Hurd?
Probably within a matter of hours, max. I'd say a matter of hours.
Okay. Isn't it true, Ms. Hurd, that someone in fact stole Mr. Depp's phone from where they found it?
I'm not sure how it wound up, where it wound up, but we did track my iPhone and we could see it move, and was eventually, I tracked it down to a liquor store and asked his security guards to go and get it from this liquor store, and from what I understand, they confronted someone that was at the liquor store with his card.
Okay. And as for your phone that you say was smashed,
Never recovered.
okay, how do you know it was smashed?
Because it was thrown out of a 14th floor window.
Okay, but you never saw it smashed, is that true?
That's true.
Okay. And after that fact, you couldn't recover any of the text messages on your phone, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Nothing that was localized to that device and had not been backed up.
Okay. And that would be for any text messages from April 21 through what date that you were unable to recover?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's right. From April 21 prior to what date were you unable to recover text?
The date of the last successful backup.
And what was that?
I don't know.
Okay.
My computer, I back it up onto a computer. I sync my phone to my computer, but my computer had run out of space. And so for many months, I was unable to back up my phone.
Okay.
I had no device onto which I could back it up.
In relation to these proceedings, Ms. Hurd, have you at any time made any attempt to determine what texts, in fact, sent or received prior to April 21 were recoverable?
I am not sure I understand what you are asking.
Have you made any efforts relating to these proceedings to determine prior to April 21, 2016, which of your texts sent or received on that device are recoverable?
It's vague and ambiguous. She doesn't have the device. Never found it.
Everything that was localized onto that device was lost.
Okay. And that is text lost from April 21, any text sent or received prior to that date, correct?
Wait, it assumes facts not in evidence, and it calls for speculation. And vague and ambiguous is to the word any.
Ms. Hurd, did you undertake any efforts relating to this case to determine for that device whether you could locate and identify any texts you sent or received that were still available prior to the date of April 21 and relating to these matters?
No, nothing. You cannot. Anything localized to this device was lost because it would have been localized to that device. Anything that was up until the latest backup.
Okay.
So when my computer ran out of capacity to save a phone backup, I was no longer able to save the information on that phone.
When did your computer run out of capacity?
I don't know the exact date. It was probably a few months before that. So I lost months of information.
Okay. Did you lose 1 month?
I'm sure it was over a month.
Did you lose 2 months?
I don't know when my computer started running out of space.
Okay. And related to these proceedings, did you make any attempt to find out when it ran out of space?
No.
And did you make any attempt to locate texts prior to April 21?
Yes.
What did you do?
I looked and saw when was the last successful back. I looked into old backups, mostly to see when I got a new cell phone, what would be the most recent backup onto that phone. So I was curious as to how dated, how old my information that was going to be put onto my new phone was going to be. I ended up having a very hard time getting a new phone established because no one on Johnny's side would give me any of our cell plan info, and I didn't know I had been added to the family plan, so I had no ability to, when I finally got that information, I had no ability to activate a new phone, and so I had to get a new phone and start over from scratch.
And when you say nobody from Johnny's side would give me that cell phone info, could you tell me specifically what you attempted to do? And
I tried to activate a new phone, and I tried to do it through the carrier, AT&T, I believe it is.
Okay.
Because when you get a new phone from Apple or wherever, and forgive me, I'm not so tech savvy, but I think you have to activate a phone. You have to provide some reference to your account. I didn't even know what name the account was under.
Okay. And in those efforts to determine what you said you had curiosity about, what did you determine was the last backup that was made?
What did I have curiosity? Sorry, what did you say I had curiosity about?
You said you undertook efforts because you had curiosity as to that you wanted to determine when the last backup had been
how
made.
Old?
Yes. What did you determine?
I think I don't remember exactly, but I think it was that I didn't have a backup that was recent enough to make it worth putting on my cell phone. It was better to start over. As opposed to resetting. I'm sorry, I don't know how these things really work. I'm doing the best I can to answer your questions.
Okay, and did you make any efforts at any time relating to these proceedings to determine if you had text messages in April of 2016 prior to the 21st in any way relating to these matters?
Can you be more specific so I understand what you're asking me?
Did you ever at any time look for texts between April 1st and April 21 relating to these matters?
Between April 1st and April 21 relating to these matters. So for the entire month of April?
Correct. Except for 1 week. Between April 1 and April 21.
I'm so sorry. I'm not quite sure I understand. Are you asking me if I specifically made any efforts to look for text messages that were lost prior to him throwing the phone out of the window?
I'm asking you if you have made any efforts to look for text messages that still exist so that you could produce them here.
Everything that was prior to April 21st has been lost that was localized on that phone.
And when you say localized on that phone, what do you mean, Ms. Hurd?
I mean on that phone and unable to be saved anywhere else because of lack of being able to back it up onto my computer, to sync it.
The phone you were using April 21, was it the same phone you were using on April 1?
It might have been. I broke a phone previously. I don't know when the phone prior to that was broken. I've gone through a lot of phones. I have very bad luck with breaking cell phones.
Okay.
Bro.
Yes. Yeah. She has bad luck. Notice. Sorry if you guys are hearing some thunder. It's some pretty gnarly storms rolling in here. Someone trying to scroll through some of these things. So we're already to this point. Blair asked the right question. How did she know? How did you know that your phone broke? I think some people asked that last time in the chat, and which was, it's the right question to ask. If you never recovered your phone and you only recovered Johnny's, how did you know? How did you know that your phone was smashed if you didn't even see it? I mean, it could have. There's a million things that could have happened to it that didn't involve smashing. I think
Exactly.
For a million reasons, it could have survived the fall. Let me see if I can.
Do we even know? Like, do we even know if that happened or not? I'm inclined to say
no. We actually don't know. She knows that she threw Johnny's over, and I think she's just saying, just like when she would say, "I would hit Johnny back." She knows what she did, so she's trying to act like, well, he did that to me first. And now she's trying to say things that are localized to the phone aren't saved and yada yada yada. And it's like, well, I mean, because she knows that if she can produce things from December forward, which at this point she was only citing December 2015, April and May of 2016.
Yeah.
That she knows there's some incriminating stuff in there, so she's not going to be able to produce it. So she's just going to pretend. And she says that her phone was smashed. I do have a video here. I'll try to remove this from the stream real quick and share. Let me see if I can find it, because it's a short interview section where she says she breaks her phones. And let me see if I can add it to the stream. She says she gets overwhelmed, like emotionally overwhelmed and stuff, and she will break her phone. Here we go.
I leave the phone at home. I find that when I'm feeling overwhelmed in that moment of my life, those tend to be the periods. I leave the phone at home. I find that when I'm feeling overwhelmed in that moment of my life, those tend to be the periods in which I will lose my phone and then not replace it for a while or longer periods of time, or break it and not fix it for longer periods of time than not, which tells me I think there's some intuition there, and just knowing that there is a certain amount of self-care and self-focus that needs to be put on yourself.
Okay, could you hear that?
We
Nothing?
could hear it, but there's no video.
That's weird. So for some reason that didn't play the video. Could you hear it? Could you hear that she was talking about breaking her phones? Okay. Well, then we'll just... She said it. That's her voice saying it. For some reason, it was a video, and it was just like a dead screen on my end too, and I don't get why. Oh well.
So someone made a comment that Starling Jenkins testified to her phone being thrown out. That's not exactly what happened. He testified that she told him that Johnny had thrown her phone out the balcony.
Yeah, Starling didn't testify that her phone was thrown out. She had just said, "Oh yeah." Yeah, like all she had said was,
He was like, "Yes, that's what
yeah,
she
that's
told
what she
me."
like, just like like all the therapists say,
Yeah.
that's what she told me. That's what she told me. And her phone testified that she had her phone. So right here, someone says, well, Starling
Yeah,
bodyguard
exactly.
testified that she had her phone and he had to go find it. Yeah, so let's roll through a few of these just real quick so I can get them off. Just Laura, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. Rachel, again for the super sticker. Thank you again, Rachel. I know you've been on here before. Thank you very much. Myra, thank you so much for the 5 and for joining us today. We're up to 3,200 people, Jax. Wow.
Nice.
3,200 people are watching this.
Weekend
Wow.
audience, what's up?
Yeah. Kappa Upsilon Nu Tau. Oof, it's a mouthful. Thank you for the $4 super sticker. Thank you so much. Jill Downey, welcome back again for the umpteenth time.
Yeah,
Jill
thank
Downey,
you.
and thank you as always, Jill. And the DUI guy.
What's
The DUI
up?
guy, he's on YouTube and Twitter and everything else, and he attended a good deal of the trial and did some reporting about the jurors and their what he saw as their reactions and stuff. Can't wait for the release of Volume 2. Brian, I'm going to email you. Oh, awesome. Yeah, email me or something. Whatever that's about.
Sure.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Let me unstar these and get them off of here. And cool. So let's add Amber back to the stream here, and we'll turn ourselves off.
And because my computer was maxed out of space, it was frustrating because I couldn't back up my phones.
Is the phone you had on April 21 the same phone you had on March 1?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd smashed a phone in that month. I honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Did you, in fact, produce in response to a subpoena ducis tecum text messages from March 12, 2013 here today?
Did I bring them?
Yes, did you produce them? Not whether you brought them, did you give them over to be produced today?
Well, again, if you're talking about handing things to attorneys, we've established that we're asserting the privilege on that.
Will you answer my question,
If
Ms. Sure,
the question is if it's in the stack that we gave you, you'll have to show us the stack.
Yeah, please show me I can tell you if it is.
Okay, we had asked you to review the documents produced during the lunch hour. Did anyone?
She said she had lunch.
No. Let me just say, the lunch hour, which was actually 50 minutes, was a chance for her to take a break. Looking through 2 inches of evidence of her being abused is not exactly a break. So she wasn't inclined to use her break time for that purpose. So if you would like to give her a stack to look at, she's happy to do so and answer your question.
2 more questions related to these texts. Ms. Hurd, showing you what will be marked as Respondents M. Did you ever provide this text from March 12, 2013 to be produced in these proceedings?
And if you had exchanges with counsel, we've established that that's privileged, and we would instruct you not to answer on that basis. If you gave it to some non-attorney, then that's different.
I didn't give it to any non-attorney. I gave it to you guys.
Don't discuss it.
Do you understand the privilege?
Not really, but
Okay, I'm gonna move to strike that answer. Claw back. Let's take a short break. I want to advise her of how privilege works.
That's fine. I would.
The time
Well, I'm
is
not going to go do
approximately
legal research. I'm going to take 3
3:32
minutes.
p.m. and we're going off the record.
Okay, we can come back since they're
Yeah, just let it run.
yeah, we're just going to let it run while we talk for a minute, and they're going to explain to her what privilege is, which I think most people know what attorney-client privilege is. But
She damn as sure knows too.
yeah, I think even at one point she says, even I know that's privilege. I don't know if we've heard that yet or if it's coming up.
Yeah.
So let me roll through. Oh, we're already coming back. All right. See ya.
time is approximately 3:39 p.m. We're back on the record.
Thank you. Ms. Hurd, did you bring with you today all of your computer devices?
No.
Okay. Did you bring with you today your any and all cell phones that you had on April 21 or May 21 of this year?
No, I did not.
Did you bring any cell phones that you had at any time in 2016 here today?
No.
Did you bring any laptop computers that you had at any time in 2016 here today?
I don't think so.
Did you bring any smartphones with you here today that you had during 2016?
No.
Is that no?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
Did you bring here with you today any electronic devices of any kind that were used by you or owned by you or accessible by you to communicate with any other person by voice message, email, or text message? Did you bring any of those with you here today? Okay. I'd like to just state for the record that Ms. Hurd, through her attorneys, was served on June 24 and again on June 20th with deposition notices and subpoena duces tecum, specifically requesting the items in Section P just articulated. No objection, Ms. Hurd, for the record, was made to you producing these items by your counsel. So I just want you to know that objection has been waived.
Well,
That's incorrect. An objection was mailed to Ms. Wasser's office. I can get you the exact date.
I never received any.
No question
It's
for
a
you.
job that I have.
Wait, wait for a question to be
I served an
asked.
objection.
No, the current version.
I don't know what that means.
So there were objections that were made, written objections that were made, yes. Excuse me, I have been summoned out of the room. I'll return.
You'll have to write.
So it's not correct.
Okay. Ms. Hurd, just to make clear for the record, your counsel's position here relating to your production of these items I've identified is that anything produced in response to any deposition subpoena in this case is privileged. Are you aware of that?
Wait, Nate, don't answer. Privileged.
Referring you specifically to Exhibit H. You still have that?
H, you said?
Yes, H. It's identified as a deposition notice. For the served on June 24th and July 20th, no objections posed by counsel, correct? Have you had a chance to look at those documents?
What's the question?
Have you had a chance to look at those documents?
Which documents?
Marked as Exhibit H.
I have not read this yet.
Okay. Do you need time to look at them?
Would you like me to read it?
I just want to make sure you have it and it's what I say it is, so that you don't worry that there's any trick.
Take your time and review the document.
Okay. But to make sure of what it is, or do you want me to actually read it?
Read the document. We're still on the record?
We can go off the record briefly.
I don't want to go off the record. If you
Okay.
wanted to read it,
Did you just ask if we were still on the record?
I just was wondering, and he said yes.
May the record reflect that the petitioner is consulting with her counsel.
Am I right on this?
No.
For the record, Mr. Harder, we will likely not finish today and have to come back.
You're going to finish today.
So,
We're
if she
done.
wants to
We're
read
done
it-
today. Fine, you go ahead and say what you want, but we're done today.
What if we don't get
If-
7 hours?
If we,
You're getting it.
Oh, we'll see.
may I finish? We will likely not be finished today, so if you'd like the opportunity to read this document at home while we're on intermission, I'd be happy to have you do that, and I can come back to that. Would you
And
like to do that?
No, our response is, we're going to be done today. I don't care if it's midnight that we finish, but you get 7 hours, and it's going to be done today, and no one's coming back.
Until we have court order.
Okay.
Let the record reflect that petitioner and her attorney, Mr. Harder, are whispering and conversing. Did you have an opportunity to review Exhibit H?
She's only on page 3. There's
Why don't
more
I,
pages.
why don't I point you to page 2, I'm sorry, page 10, paragraph P. Do you see that?
She hasn't gotten there yet.
Can you go to paragraph P of page 10? Do you see, Ms. Hurd, paragraph P?
She's not there yet. She's trying to familiarize herself with the document.
Well, she should have done that before she came today.
Well, she's
Well,
doing it now.
It's okay. Maybe it's a privilege because it was sent to her attorney.
Take your time with this document. Make sure you're comfortable with what this document is, okay?
Okay. I'll move on. Ms. Hurd?
I haven't seen this ever.
Don't say anything. Just let her ask a question.
I need this.
I like how Blair is just like, we'll just move on because it's clearly a time wasting tactic.
Yep.
And as anyone who's watched the previous parts, you can see that that's what they're going for, is take your time reading every document, even if it's just a page long. Take your time with it.
Yeah, and then he's declaring that they're not going to be allowed to have more deposition time with her.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
just trying to get this day over with and get the hell out of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. They just want to get it over with. He said, even if we have to stay till midnight, because they're allowed 7 hours with her, and they're going to take all 7 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And now she says she's never seen this before. She just volunteers right there at the end and just says, I've never seen this before in my life. She's like, don't say that. Like, this was like your summons basically for a deposition there. So it's, you can't say you never saw it. It means you've been dodging them.
Right.
So that comes to that. I'm gonna go through a few of these before Blair moves on. Wait a minute. Super sticker. Thank you very much. Wait a minute.
Nice.
Joanna, just for doing what you do. Thank you very much. Thumbs up. Kimmy Davis, thank you very much. Hey, y'all. Hope you both have had a wonderful weekend and taking the time to do this. Thank you. Yeah, it's again, it just feels like a powering through point.
It does.
Now. But Jesus.
Ooh, thank you.
Wow, Bobby Cat. I don't even know what to say, but thank you. Wow. $99.99, $100. Just want to thank you. I understand the amount of time and effort it takes to run a YouTube channel. You have been invaluable in getting the truth out. It is a lot of time and effort, and oftentimes I'm not giving as much to it as I would like. But yeah, this has been quite an endeavor, and I can't thank you enough, Bobby Cat. Thank you for that. And
very generous. Thank you.
very generous. Let's see. MH, thank you so much. Hi, Brian and Jax. Hope you're both well. Have you seen some people on Twitter are blacking out sections on court papers to make it look like it's been redacted by court, changing the narrative?
Yes.
Have you seen that? I haven't seen any specific examples of it, but I can't recall. I do know that I've seen some blacked out stuff that they've been posting.
Yeah.
And just trying to try to take context away or something. I guess.
Yeah. Nonsense.
I gotcha. Patricia Brown, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all you do. I always look forward to your videos and lives. Thank you. We look forward to being able to bring you something.
Yeah, we like hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, we like hanging out. It's a very hanging out, chattery kind of
totally is
thing. Light Giver, welcome back, Light Giver. Thank you so much for the 20. Brian, have you or Jax heard of the Andy Files? I watched them all on YouTube. Channel called SEC, pretty darn interesting. Yes, Andy does a really good job of kind of breaking down logistics and stuff in a way that someone like me really does appreciate. That's what I like to do, and he does a bang up job of it. Whoever Andy is, I don't know. I've never had any communication.
No
idea. I don't know if that's the real name or whatever. Lucky, thank you for your continued coverage and patience. It does take some patience to get through this. I know that. Thank you so much, Lucky.
Lord.
Paige CM, thank you for the $5. I'm grateful you obtained, viewed, and shared this with us. But how do you remain so nice? I'm a kind person. This depot, all parts, is unnerving. I never want to come across as just picking on it or whatever, or I never want to just berate or put down, because I am biased, obviously, at this point.
Right.
I'm very biased and what I believe the truth to be and what I see the truth as. But I always try to not look like I'm being petty, even though sometimes I really want to.
Sure.
Yeah, I just want to make like petty observances. So that's why. JH, thank you so much. Dumb question. No dumb questions. Why wouldn't JD's lawyer hammer home that SA wasn't discussed in this depot, or did I miss that? Wish this was played out. I don't know.
They didn't do much referencing to this deposition at all.
They didn't reference this much at all, and maybe it's because it wasn't referenced. Because I do think she tried to cover her tracks and say, like, I just never felt strong enough or brave enough until recently to talk about this, and she still didn't want to. And I think she tried to jump
right
ahead.
before the UK trial.
Yeah, she tried to jump ahead of that question. So I think that's what happened there. So, all right, I'll unstar these and start starring the next ones. And I don't think I put slow mode on, but it doesn't seem to be causing too much of an issue. I don't think.
Looks okay. I haven't seen a request.
Back to it.
Cool.
That's her declaration in support of her DVR. In your declaration that you filed in support of your request for a restraining order, did you say, do you have it there so that you can refer to it?
That's what this is, right? It's Exhibit K.
Exhibit K. Did you say did you claim in paragraph 7 that after my guests had left, Johnny and I had a discussion about his absence from my birthday celebration, which deteriorated into a bad argument that started with Johnny throwing a magnum-sized bottle of champagne at the wall and a wine glass on me and the floor, both which shattered. Johnny then grabbed me by the shoulders and pushed me onto the bed, blocking the bedroom door. He then grabbed me by the hair and violently shoved me to the floor. Did you say that when you swore under penalty of perjury and signed your name to this document?
Yes.
Okay. And did you say in this same document that Johnny was screaming and threatening me, taunting me to stand up?
Yes, he did that often in fights.
Did he do that? Are you saying he did that on April 21, 2016?
Yes, it's something that had been happening a lot lately.
Did you say in your declaration that after several minutes Johnny stormed out of the condominium, but not before tossing aside and breaking nearly everything in his path?
Yes. Are you asking me if I said that?
Yes.
Yes.
And is that the truth?
Yes.
Okay. After you say he did this, did you call the police?
No, I did not.
Did you call the police regarding these things you say happened at any time after you say they happened?
Vague and ambiguous. Compound.
Do you understand my question?
Yes.
Okay. Did you call the police? Can you answer my question?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Did I call the police on any of the other occasions, or any occasion?
I'm speaking of April 21 when you make these claims.
No, I
When you
didn't.
say these things happened on April 21, at any time after April 21, did you call the police about these things you say happened on April 21?
No, I never called the police on Johnny myself.
Did you ever report to any law enforcement authority other than the police your claims that he did these things on April 21?
No, I attempted as best as I could to hide this and keep our lives as private as possible. And I did what a lot of, I guess, women do, tried to protect him.
Were you attempting to hide this when you filed this declaration on May 27, 2016?
It was unhideable because the cops had been called.
Ms. Hurd, when you claim in your declaration that the argument started with Johnny throwing a magnum-sized bottle of champagne at the wall, do you recall that event?
Yes.
Okay. Did the bottle break?
I don't know if it broke or if there was a bottle on the table next to it that broke and a wine glass next to it that broke, but there was both a wine glass and a bottle. I'm not sure which of the two it was that broke, when the one that was thrown at me but missed, or if it was the one perhaps sitting on the table nearby. But the painting behind it that rests on the wall behind where I was standing still is missing a big chunk out of it. So it made quite an impact.
Are you finished? I want to make sure if you're finished or not.
Yeah.
Okay. Did the bottle you refer to, did it ever touch your body?
No.
Did the wine glass you refer to, in reference to the bottle, ever touch your body?
Pieces of it did. It shattered.
Okay. Where did the pieces you say touched your body touch your body? What part of your body?
I don't remember exactly what part of my body was touched by the glass breaking upon impact. I do know that it touched my body, knees and hands. No, not my hands, my knees anyway. When I went down to the floor, some version of my legs, when I went down to the floor later in the fight, but nothing significant, not like Australia or anything.
Were there any injuries to your body at the places you claim the wine glass touched your body?
No, I don't think so.
Was there
Nothing
any
significant.
indication that you could see on your body that the wine glass shards had touched your body?
No, not that I could see,
Okay.
or nothing that I remember.
At the time the wine glass touched you, as you claim it did, was it intact or was it already broken?
I can't tell because it was, I assume it was shattered upon impact with the magnum-sized bottle of wine that was thrown. I'm assuming that's what shattered it, but at some point there was glass everywhere, and I was standing right next to it.
When you claim it touched your body, where specifically in the apartment were you standing?
I was standing in our bedroom.
Okay. And where did the bottle and glass end up in your bedroom?
Around the bed.
Okay. Did you take at any time after this happened any pictures of this shattered glass and shattered bottle?
I'm not sure if I took pictures on this occasion. Sometimes I did and sometimes I didn't take pictures. I think after 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 we got married, I kind of stopped being as, you're in it at that point, and
Are you finished?
yeah.
Listen to the question and
Did
answer
you-
the question.
Did you ever make any effort since that time when you say this bottle shattered and this glass shattered, and you may have taken pictures, but you're not sure if you did, to locate those pictures?
Not that I remember.
Just to be
There's
clear.
been so many pictures I've had to locate. I don't remember specific ones from which specific dates they were taken.
Was
I'm not
there was there debris from the bottle and glass shattering on your bedroom floor?
Yes.
Okay. And who cleaned that up, if anybody? Did you clean that up?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember if I had time to clean it up before we left that day.
Okay. Was all of the things you say that were on your bedroom floor as a result of what's this? Okay. As a result of this incident there when Rocky or Raquel Pennington was in your bed?
I imagine so, but I can't be certain.
Okay. Did she help you clean it up or clean it up, to your knowledge?
I don't remember us cleaning up.
Okay. And could you describe what you saw, what was on the floor of your bedroom as you describe it, and where it was?
I don't
From this incident.
I don't remember.
Was there anything in addition on the floor, in addition to the broken wine bottle and a broken glass?
Wine. Wine as well, but it might have been dried up by the time I left. I don't really remember what else.
In terms of the broken glass you claim was on your bedroom floor, could you describe specifically where it was on your bedroom floor relative to your bed?
It was around my bed because the paint, and probably by the entrance of the door as well, but I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
There was a lot of there was a lot of fighting and a lot of movement in several different parts of our room. So when he was holding me down on the bed and I was trying to stand up, that was by the closer to the bathroom, and I know there was broken glass there. When I tried to get out of the bedroom door and he blocked it and shoved me back down to the floor that was by the entrance of the door, and I can't remember what else was breaking or what had been knocked over. I know the lamp broke as well. I didn't mention that. It's still in the storage closet. I just saw it the other day, and it has wine on it. I found it the other day.
Did you take pictures of that at any time?
No, not that I recall.
Did you bring that with you today?
I did not bring that with me. The lamp?
Yes.
No, I did not bring the lamp with me today.
Okay. Were you ever asked to locate any of the items that you say were damaged or broken from April 21?
Privileged. Don't answer.
Did you ever make any attempts to locate any of the items from April 21 that you say were damaged or broken?
No.
Okay. And in fact,
yes, I'm sorry. My phone. I tried to find my phone, but I never recovered it.
and in the DVRO that you filed with the court, did you attach any photographs whatsoever from the events you claim on April 21, 2016?
The court filing would speak for itself.
To your knowledge?
I don't know what we attached off the top of my head.
Okay. Do you know what you gave any other person for the April 21, relating to the April 21 event?
If it has to do with lawyers, it's privilege.
Ms. Hurd, can you tell me exactly what you say happened on on in the argument you say you had with Johnny on April 21.
What was the question exactly, if you don't mind me asking?
What happened?
She wants to hear you tell what happened.
Okay. Before she starts getting into describing the physical altercation, so we have her, of course, using Magnum size bottle again because it has.
Yep.
To be, I feel like she's saying it. Again, maybe it was, but I feel like she says that a lot because it just has
just
to be
for impact.
It has to be like the biggest.
Number
bottle.
one, he drinks massive bottles of wine. Number two, he throws massive bottles. It's just for that, like,
right. That's kind of how
detail.
I feel. Yeah. And it's funny how she's in her mind. It seems like she's trying to piece it together. Obviously, it feels like she's trying to piece it together when she's like, it hit my knees and my hands, and then it doesn't make sense that it would hit her hands because she's standing up. She goes, "No, not my hands." Like she's listing
she has no
off
idea what the fuck she's talking about, bro.
She's listing off body parts, and all of a
God.
sudden she's like, "In my knees and my hands," and all of a sudden, no, not my hands. They like crap. That didn't make sense. It just
No.
And then some people pointed out, I popped one up there because there were a lot of people just with the same comment. Some version of my legs. Some version of my legs. So you're getting into like the physical altercation, and you're gonna hear her not remember stuff that she said, anything that she said, but she'll tell you in detail what she believes Johnny
Other people said. Yeah.
Other people said. That's just kind of how it works whenever this happens. So here we go. Actually, let's go through these real quick. This is another good stopping point.
Sure.
Did that pop up?
Yeah.
Thank you, XJex, for the $2. Thank you. You guys are doing great. Do you have Rockies as well? Raquel Pennington's, we have like the first half. They only recorded, hers was over the course of 2 days.
Yeah.
And they only recorded the first day, so it's only a few hours. But yeah, do have it and do plan to show it just as a comparative point to what we're seeing here with Amber.
Yep.
Lindy Lou, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you, Lindy. It's Joe McKinley. Thanks, and thanks. Thank you. Also love your two's banter, so hope we'll see you covering other stuff together, which we'd like to. Sorry it's not more. You sure do deserve it. We appreciate anything you give or don't give, or just the thanks, the props, tuning in, sharing, like it. If you want to like and subscribe, we greatly appreciate it. Jax is over at Movie Myths and Monsters if you want to subscribe to her over there. But yeah, just watch and share the content is enough. But we certainly do appreciate the $4.50. I mean, it's super generous. We thank you. Footsie's girl, thank you for the $1.99. I have dealt with lawyers. This dude is a Peter. I assume that's a legal, like kind of like legal, like
something
back alley legal jargon thing. I don't know. Okay, yeah. So a Peter. I don't know what that means in lawyer speak.
Oh my God.
Eleanor, thank you so much. It's funny that she thinks she's winning. OMG. Yes, I think she does. I think she thinks she's doing everything right and just nailing it.
She thinks she nailed it. Just like in the trial, everything, she thinks she nailed it.
Yeah, I think I'm getting that impression too, that she thinks she's very much like, I'm covering all my bases. I get it all.
Yeah, there's always one thing during her testimony that I'm like reminded of that makes me laugh every time, is like when she was on the stand, she had just told whatever the hell story, and she goes, "Well, I hope that it's, you guys make the right decision because everything is so obvious." And she tried to make that like sad face or whatever, and I'm just like, you are ridiculous.
Yeah, she tried.
I hope you make the right decision and, for obvious reasons. Like what?
Yeah, what reasons? What have you told? What reasons have you given?
Talking about?
Yeah.
You sound insane.
Yeah. There's times where I'm just like, yeah, she sounds clinical.
Yeah, dude.
Just Laura, thank you so much. Truthful people are not evasive like this. Just saying. Agreed. Yeah, if you're telling the truth, you're not going to try to not be informative or not be helpful. There's times she tries to be overly helpful. She's looking at documents. She goes, what day would that would be like? I think it was 3.5 weeks after we didn't talk. And that was a Saturday. And she's like, just trying to be like overly, look how hard I'm trying to help you guys.
Yes.
Kendra, thank you so much. When are y'all going to get a lawyer, with you on these lives?
The lawyer, we need to talk to him.
Yeah, we need to talk to the lawyer, because I know that after we put these out, he goes back and reacts from a legal vantage point about the objections and maybe why they're making these objections for the wrong reasons. Are they using them properly? He does a really good job. So yeah, I think we need to talk to him. We've got a few more rounds of this left, so maybe he'll jump on here and just we can plug his channel and send people over there, and he can kind of give us a little bit of a intellectual feedback on the whys in real time.
That would be great.
Still make his videos on it too, obviously, but in real time, that'd be great. All right, back to it. Let's boogie. All right.
I was Johnny and I, when we made it back to our apartment, I was being cold to him. I wasn't being very. I wasn't being as open or friendly as I normally am. I was crushed that he missed my birthday, and this is after a month of him not coming home, like 5 nights on average, 5 nights a week. Just not showing up, or showing up at like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, or at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd find out that he was passed out at one of the other places in West Hollywood. So it had been building up, and so the birthday incident was heartbreaking. It was my 30th birthday, and I just was sad about it. So he asked me. We got in bed, and I was just being quiet. I think I picked up my book and tried to read, and he said, "What's your fucking problem?" And I said, "I'm just hurt." And I had been seeing this, I've been trying to get us to see a marriage counselor who said that that's how I should word things as opposed to it being accusatory. And I said, "I'm just hurt that you didn't make it to my birthday party." And then it quickly deteriorated into the normal, it's my fault, why do you always blame me for everything? You always blame me for everything. And then it escalated, and I don't know what I said that immediately preceded it, but the first big action was the wine bottle that I remember being thrown at me, or maybe it was that I was trying to leave. I don't really remember which of the first.
Was that while you were in the bed that the wine bottle was thrown at you?
No, I was standing in the bedroom, and in front of this painting, kind of closer to the bathroom. And when I moved to leave, he shoved me at some point, shoved me down on the ground. I stood back up, and he did this taunting thing where I guess it was to challenge me to see if I was really going to leave. You think you're really going to be the one to leave? You really think you're that tough, huh? Tough guy. And then shove me down again. I stand back up, and again, you think you're so tough. And eventually I did make it out of the bedroom, and I don't know if I was walking back from where my clothes are with an overnight bag, and I have to pass through the office because of the adjoining apartments. But in my passing him, he grabs my hair at some point. We're arguing kind of in passing as I'm walking through the office, and as I make it around the edge of the desk, it's either a shove to initiate or something with my head, push or something, and it turns into him grabbing me by the back of my hair, and I said some comment to him, I don't remember what it was, and walked into the bedroom, grabbed my toothbrush, things like that I don't keep in my closet room, And in doing that, we had more of a fight. It was pushing. I put my hands up like this once.
Let the record reflect the witness is raising her hands above her head.
You're interrupting her. She's being videotaped. Don't interrupt her, please. She's telling her story. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I put my hands up, and he did this. He pushed them down.
All right, gang. I'm gonna rewind that just because I know I'm interrupting it really quick, but I will rewind it here in just a second. But notice when she puts her hands up, it's like fists at first, and then all of a sudden when it's like, and she's got a very angry, aggressive look on her face, and then when it's like, it's almost like she snapped out of it. By let the record show that she's putting her hands, and then she starts like fidgeting and looking all meek, like, oh yeah, that's right, I have to pretend to be the one that was, that was assaulted. And it's just like the way that she checks herself from being angry, because she was the one who was, I'm sure they were both angry to a point, but she was the one who was being the aggressor that night. So I'll wind this back just real quick.
The reverse of this story is, of course, that Johnny was laying in bed watching TV, and she decided to punch him in the face
twice.
And then he did leave and go to West Hollywood, and it's the whole thing of the phones and whatever. And the next morning she goes to Coachella.
Yep. Let's see. Okay. She goes to Coachella, and I think even at one point she says she was on the bed. And, like when
he was the one in bed.
Yeah, when he was hitting me, and I was, on the bed, and he was hitting me, and she's just swapping.
Fucking mess. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
And squared off to me, bumped his chest into mine. I kind of like fell back a little bit onto the bed. I stood back up, and tried to walk past him to the door. At some point, I end up on the floor. He walks out. I tried to actually, even at that point, say, don't walk out. Like, maybe we just need to talk about it. Can we just take a break? And then just talk, because it's my birthday. And I don't want to wake up on my birthday. We've had a million of these fights. It's just don't I don't want to wake up on my birthday by myself. Don't. Go, please, even though it had gotten violent. This is nothing compared to so many of the other things. It actually wouldn't even be a major thing if it weren't one of the just most recent. This is not a bad thing. It wasn't bad in my head in relation to what we have lived through.
Say what happened.
Sorry. It escalates. I tried to get him to stop that in that moment, and he broke a bunch of shit in the kitchen. I think he wrote on the countertop. I think that's one of the times he wrote on the countertop in Sharpie some crazy message to me. And I went upstairs. I heard him kind of coming in and out, and then when I walked downstairs, it was quiet for a really long time. When I walked back downstairs, it was just a note on the floor that said, happy fucking birthday.
Was there any other debris on the floor downstairs other than on the countertops in the kitchen?
I don't remember. I know he smashed. He knocked over lamps and a statue thing and paintings and he's gotten really into. He'd been punching photographs with me in them recently, and this was one of those times. But nothing that nothing downstairs specifically that I remember at this moment.
Okay, and did I hear you say you had tried to convince Johnny to stay to talk about it?
At some point in the argument, yeah.
Okay. And were you successful in getting him to stay?
No, just long enough to have it explode.
And at any time during this physical altercation you say you were having with Johnny, at any time did you push him?
Oh, and this is when the cell phones were thrown out. That's what initiated. That was the first move. Earlier, I said to you, I can't remember what the first move was. That was what it was, and that was the first move.
So when you say that, you mean the way the argument actually started was that Johnny threw your cell phone out and you threw his cell phone out?
Yeah, but that's not how the argument started. The argument started from our discussion about him missing my birthday and being late or missing things a lot lately, and how important it was for me that he just simply show up, you know.
And it would be fair to say you were very upset about that?
I was not upset, I was hurt.
And you expressed that to him?
Yes, I said I'm really hurt. I was trying to use language that I thought was different and not confrontational, and that he would swallow better, knowing that he was not in a great state and that he was drinking a lot, and so I was being very delicate, as you have to be when he's drinking.
And you did not include anything about the throwing of the cell phones out the window and the smashing of the cell phones in your declaration asking for a restraining order, correct?
Declaration speaks for itself.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I think the declaration's full of plenty of facts. Pardon?
After Mr. Depp left, do you have any idea what time you believe he left?
I really don't recall what time it was.
Did you have any injuries whatsoever from this incident, this argument you say occurred?
Vague and ambiguous.
Physical injuries?
I don't think so. And nothing significant.
Did you seek any medical care of any kind related to this fight you described with Mr. Depp?
On this particular occasion?
April 21.
No.
Did you, at any time during the altercation with Mr. Depp that you describe in paragraph 7 of your declaration, did you hit or strike Mr. Depp in any way?
When he was hitting me when I was outside of the bed, I know I was trying to put my hands up in defense of myself. I don't know if I don't know if I landed anything on him. I was trying to defend myself. He's much bigger than me.
At any time during the April 21 incident, did you scratch Mr. Depp?
I have no idea. If I don't have any idea in my acts to defend myself if I had caused him any injury. I don't think so, but I don't know.
After Mr. Depp left on early morning hours of April 22nd, you went to sleep, correct?
Yes.
And after you woke up, you packed for Coachella, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so to just unpack this a little bit, obviously we got into the physical altercation and there's a lot going on. She's now going between, she wanted to escape and he wouldn't let her. He had her trapped in, but then all of a sudden she gets out and instead of escaping, she just goes to pack an overnight bag instead and comes back and she doesn't remember what she said. And,
this is all the shit that he did.
It's like all the stuff that, she may have been going back and forth getting an overnight bag, but the entire time she's probably just berating him about missing her birthday. If you notice
which she knew damn well he was going to be late. There's 40 text messages about it.
Yeah, we covered this in the last live. Exactly. Yeah. She knew and she was still upset and she was saying she wasn't being her normal loving self or whatever she tries to say.
Yeah.
But the fact that she got out and didn't choose to leave, and then she's trying to get him to stay. And notice it, I think you'll see at other points where she gets upset during the deposition. This is the most genuinely upset she gets during the entire deposition because it was the night that, according to Johnny's testimony, that he said he was done with her. And he looked at her and she punched him twice and he grabbed her by the shoulders and just put her on the bed and was like, don't follow me, moved her out of the way. onto the bed and said, "I'm leaving. Don't follow me this time. Don't try to, like, we're done," essentially. And
Yeah, I think this is where he says that he thought to himself that, this is not life.
right, this is not life and this is over. And she knows that. So she's reenacting this in her head. And that's why she's so upset, because this is the night that he had enough. And that's why she's trying to rationalize in her head, this wasn't even as bad. And she catches herself as I had, because like abusers do,
Yes.
sometimes it takes something much smaller in your mind. It takes something a much smaller event. At this point, he had already lost the tip of his finger, had cigarette put out on him. Like, he had almost, like,
a lot of stuff.
He had all kinds of stuff happen because of her. So she's like, I popped him a couple times in the face. Like, that's not that big a deal. Why is that worth, like, we've been through so much more than this. It's like minimizing, like, why'd he leave on this one? Why didn't he leave when it was like an explosion?
Right.
And she can't wrap her head around that, everything that they've been through. And that's kind of what people do.
It's like, well, he put up with so much worse from me. Why did this make him leave?
Yeah, exactly. I've done so much worse, and he stayed. So why did this do it? And on my birthday, it's this, like, again, it's this
so
important.
Obsessed about that. It's my 30th birthday.
Yeah, it's a really big deal to her. And not only was it her 30th birthday, which she's making a huge deal out of, he decided to leave you then, and you didn't want to be alone. You didn't want to be left. You didn't want that memory to be tied to your 30th birthday.
No.
So that's, like you said, minimizing it. Minimizing what she did there.
Her own behavior, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Roll through a few more of these before we jump back in. Teresa Stewart. Jeez, Teresa.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Teresa. I don't even know where to begin with these. I'll read it and we'll respond. Just a long overdue thank you for everything you've done for this case. Hashtag justice for Johnny Depp owes you a debt of gratitude for uncovering the truth.
Nobody owes us nothing.
Nobody else. Yeah, like I thank you for your generosity and your kindness, but that's
thank you very much.
That's a big one. DX Ghostly, thank you for that. Thank you for streaming this. Love the interaction. Thank you. Yeah, we're happy to jump back in and kind of give our 2 cents every now and then and catch up and let everyone chat it out and stuff like that. Jasmine. Thank you so much, Jasmine. She uses illustrators of the aggressor every time.
Yes.
Yes, she does. Kyle, this is incredibly average. High bar. Well, thank you. It is. This is technically incredibly average. Kyle again. IRC. Tough guy taunt was heard only on Amber Heard's tape. Yeah, so like in a recording where she's
the one who says that.
She's the one that calls him tough guy. I don't know. It's like she tries to demasculate him or something. Footsy's girl again. Thank you. Foots was my late dad's nickname. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that.
Peter. Got it.
My point was Amber Heard is a
Ding, ding, ding. Got it.
Now we're up to speed.
Yeah.
I'm glad I said it 8 times. So, Christina, thank you so much. Do you have Johnny's deposition from 2018 or 2019? I understand the depo was from 2019 was for Brooks, but for what was the depo from 2018, the one where he talks about his finger, that was also from Brooks. That was the same deposition.
Yeah, they're the same.
Yep. John O'Rourke, welcome back. This evildoer makes my ears bleed. Has Amber Heard team tried to silence you both from showing this to the public? No, I haven't got anything. I mean, This is just a deposition, and we're just breaking it down the way we feel. And if she's telling the truth, there's nothing to be worried about.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Kappa. Isn't there audio of this night they played in court? This night? I don't think we heard audio from this night.
I think they talk about this night, but I don't think there is specific audio from this night.
Correct. I think you are. Yeah. You are right. Trisha Murphy, justice for Dan Markle, Wendy Adelson was Amber Heard. I remember this one.
Yeah, I remember.
People have been sending me this stuff now for some time. All right, we'll go back to it.
Alrighty.
now that we're through this, now that all of a sudden Amber wanted to escape, then she got out. Then after she got out, she just packed an overnight bag. She said some stuff she doesn't remember, and then she begged Johnny to stay.
Yeah, we're getting close to the point where they're
Yeah.
going to start confronting her with what really
Yeah.
happened,
Right.
which is Johnny's version of events.
Okay. Yep.
And Coachella is a music festival you had planned to go to with your friends, correct?
Yes.
And those friends included Raquel Pennington,
Yes.
Mel Iglesias,
Melanie.
Melanie Iglesias,
Yes.
Amanda de Cadenet,
No, she did not go.
Whitney,
Yes.
that's your sister, Io Tillett Wright, anyone else?
Savannah McMillan.
Savannah McMillan, anyone else?
A friend named Rami Sarabi met us there, or he was already there and met us there. But he, yeah.
And you had a driver, someone who worked for Johnny? And you?
I drove myself with Raquel and my sister, I believe. I think my sister came with us, yeah. And then Starling met us there.
Starling drove from your Broadway apartment to Coachella and met you there?
I don't know where he left from, but he did meet us there.
Did he have any luggage that you had provided to him?
I'm not sure if we put the luggage in my car, his car.
Do you have any idea why Starling Jenkins was with you on this trip?
As a security guard.
Did you require security?
Johnny felt I did.
Did you feel like you required security from Johnny on this trip?
No, not particularly.
Did you ever make any attempt to ask Johnny to actually come to Coachella during the time you were away?
I didn't have a cell phone. I did use my iPad for texting, but I tried to kind of put it down. I was in a very bad headspace. It was really sad.
Was that yes, you did, or no, you didn't try to get Johnny to come to Coachella when you were there from April 22nd to whenever you returned to Los Angeles?
We did not have direct communication, no.
Did you have indirect communication encouraging him to come?
I don't know if my sister encouraged him to come. My sister was in communication with him, and I do not know the nature of their text messages. I know it was encouraging for communication. I don't know if she said, I don't know what she said to him.
Did you share during the trip or prior with your sister Whitney anything about the incident that occurred on April 21 or April 22? With Johnny.
I can't recall to what detail I told her. Okay. We fought. She knew we fought. Everybody knew we were fighting, but I don't know to what extent I spoke about it.
Did you ever make any efforts to tell your sister to rescind the invitation to Johnny?
Not that I recall.
Okay. Did you, during your trip, you left your Broadway residence on April 22? When did you return to Los Angeles? How many days later?
I believe the following Monday, I believe.
So you were gone a little over a week?
No, I'm sorry. We were just gone for the weekend.
Okay.
So I believe the 22nd was Saturday. If anyone has a calendar, it might be helpful. I don't have one.
If April 22nd was Friday.
So then we would have come back, I think, on Monday.
Okay. So that would be April 25, 2016?
Does this help you?
Yeah, it helps to see.
What is the next exhibit?
It was the 24th or 25th, I think.
Yeah. Showing you what will be marked as Exhibit N. Is this a picture of you while you were on your trip with your friends in Coachella?
Yeah, I haven't seen this picture. Yeah.
Okay. And am I correct, you're smiling in that picture?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
smiling in that picture.
Okay. During the time you were away in Coachella on your trip, did you use at any time any illegal drugs?
I'm going to object on grounds of privacy.
Okay.
Any other grounds you'd like to raise at this time? Are you instructing your client not to answer the question?
Irrelevance? Yeah, I will. Irrelevance, privacy.
At any time while you were on this trip, did you drink alcohol?
I can answer that, right?
Sure.
I had a glass of wine at the hotel. I did not drink at the festival. It's gross, kind of gross wine.
Is it your testimony here today that between the time you left Los Angeles and returned to Los Angeles to go to the Coachella Festival, you had one glass of wine, as you say, at the hotel?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know how many glasses of wine I had at the hotel. I don't want to commit to one number. I don't really remember how many.
Ms. Hurd, at any time while you were in Coachella, did you ever throw up or regurgitate in a parking lot?
No, I did not.
Did you ever regurgitate or throw up at any other location?
No.
I'm gonna object. I mean, it's irrelevant and it's privacy, and I just don't see the point.
Showing you what will be marked as a respondents, huh? N.
No, just marked in.
No, M. M as in Mary was, no?
Already marked in.
Okay,
That
okay.
last one I thought you said N.
Okay, so it's O?
The O.
Okay. So showing you what will be marked as respondents O. Do you recognize who's in that picture?
Take your time. Can I take a look?
What do you ask?
Listen for the question.
Okay.
Do you recognize that picture?
No, I've never seen this picture before.
Okay. Do you recognize what that picture reflects? Any of the people that picture reflects? Who are those people?
That's my sister and my best friend.
Okay. And were they in the car with you driving to Coachella on May 22nd?
On April?
I'm sorry, April 22nd?
Yes.
Okay. And am I correct that you did not physically see Johnny Hurd between April 20?
Johnny Hurd?
I'm sorry, Johnny Depp between April 22nd and May 21.
I'm so sorry. Are you asking me if I did not see him?
Did you at any time see Johnny Depp in person between April 22nd and May 21?
I do not think so, no.
Okay. At any time between April 22nd and May 21, did you text Johnny Depp?
But before May 21st?
Correct.
Yes, we started texting. I think the first time we spoke was when I was on my way to Italy for work. We had a phone conversation on the way to the airport. So this was almost a month in, so it would have been right before the 21st. I'd have to look at a calendar, so it would have been right around 3.5 or 3.5. May I?
Can I help?
Maybe I'll recognize. Let's see, to May 21st. That's a Saturday. So I think it would have been, like I said before, 3.5. If I guess, about 3 to 3.5 weeks of no communication, and then we started communicating while I was in Italy, and he was also in Europe on tour.
And were you utilizing a telephone to communicate with him?
I'm not sure. Yes.
You bought a new phone after April
Oh, yeah.
22nd? And were you utilizing the same phone number?
No, not that I have now. I've had to change my number a
Okay.
few times.
What was the number you were utilizing at the time you texted Johnny Depp between April 22 and May 21?
We started communicating on my old, it would have been my old phone number that I had for a long time. I would add the same number still. I think it would be the number, I think. Would have been.
Got it that time.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's funny. I just want to touch on real quick. She's like, so you did have a phone by then, by the time you got back, and she's like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did buy a phone, even though she said she didn't know how long she went without a phone.
Exactly.
And she kind of tells on herself. She did throw up at Coachella. Starling was right. He testified to it, and they tried to say, no, you got her mistaken, and you got her mixed up with Whitney. You got those two mixed up. And her sister.
I mean, Coachella, we have something.
We have something
that we're gonna bring y'all.
yeah. We got something real big on Coachella. That
speaking of all the drugs and the stuff that
that they're trying
denying.
to avoid. And it's like, did you take illegal drugs? Not answer that. Well, if you didn't, why not just say no? It's a simple response, I think.
Right.
But
we got something we'll bring soon.
Yeah, and notice she also tried to say again, everything's just one glass. She started out even this. She started saying I had one glass of wine in the room. That was it. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that real quick, and we'll get right back to it.
We'll just tease another thing. Why not?
Yeah. Stay tuned, I guess.
Stay tuned.
Okay. At any time since you filed your DVRO declaration or before, have you made any attempt to locate those communications where you would have texted or been texted Johnny Depp or received text from Johnny Depp between April 22 and May 21?
I think this has been asked and answered. It's also vague and ambiguous.
I don't know.
At any time did you try to find those texts that you were referring to as communications with Mr. Depp?
I don't know if I have. I don't.
When was the next time you saw Johnny Depp after he left your bedroom and apartment on April 22?
I didn't see him again until until May 21st.
Okay. And that was the day after his mother had died?
I don't know when his mother died. I was not in communication with him other than a few text messages prior where he was asking me to be there. And I was saying, I'm here, let me know what the progress is. But so we had very limited communications, and then he stopped talking to me for a few days. So it happened within, I guess, in the window surrounding May 21st, somewhere around there. I don't know when.
Did you communicate in any way in the week prior to Johnny's mother's death with Johnny about the health or condition of his mother?
Yes, although I'm unsure as to the exact date when she died, but I can tell you that when he came over on May 21st, his mother had passed, hence why he came over. And for the week prior to that, we spoke. We texted in a very limited fashion about his mom being sick.
And how? And at the time he arrived at the apartment on May 21, is it your testimony that you were in fact aware that his mother had died?
Yes.
Okay. And how had you learned that?
My parents.
Okay. And how did they communicate that to you?
On the phone or via text. I'm not sure which one.
And was that on May 20th or May 21?
I don't know.
Okay. And when you filed your declaration in this case, and you described what happened, did you say that at the time, referring to May 21, at the time of Johnny's arrival, my friend Elizabeth Mars was present, along with my friend Raquel Rose Pennington and her fiance Joshua Drew, who live in the adjacent apartment?
Is that in the declaration? What's the page and line number?
Ms. Hurd, would you like me to provide you the page and line number? I'm happy to.
Please.
You should follow.
Yes, page 2 of your declaration, paragraph 9, line 17 begins the paragraph.
If you read it and then listen for the question.
What's your question, please?
Did you put that in your declaration that you filed asking for a domestic violence restraining order?
Yes, it is in my declaration.
Did you put in your declaration, paragraph 10, that when Johnny arrived at first, we were having a peaceful conversation in our living room talking about his mother's passing?
Yes.
Did you put in your declaration that I tried to comfort him while we sat on the couch?
Yes.
Did you put in your declaration that Johnny, he began obsessing about something that was untrue?
Yes.
Did you put in your declaration that you tried to calm Johnny down by calling one of his trusted employees?
I first said that he became obsessing about this thing that was untrue, and his demeanor changed dramatically, and he became very angry.
Okay.
Then, in order to try to calm him down, I tried to call one of his close employees.
Did you put the words I described in the declaration you filed?
What do you mean by that?
Did you give the words to somebody that are in this document that was filed with the court?
Privileged.
Objection, Attorney.
Privileged. Don't answer.
Are these words that you see in the declaration before you?
Are those words?
The words I've
Like words to me.
described.
It's vague and ambiguous. It's unintelligible. The document speaks for itself. You're reading from it.
Mr. Hurd, I'm asking you to confirm if you say in your declaration that these things are true. I am asking you if those things are in fact stated in your declaration.
The declaration speaks for itself.
Those words are all in front of me.
Thank you. Are you aware that Elizabeth Mars has testified under oath that she was not there at the time of Johnny's arrival?
Calls for speculation.
She's in the...
If you learn anything from counsel, you can't answer. If you learned it from some other fashion, then you can.
But Elizabeth was there. She was just in the connecting apartment. She was in what Elizabeth probably meant and probably did not clarify.
Just
is
say-
she was in the apartment that connects. They're all connecting.
Tell her.
I'm trying to.
So
she was in the connecting apartment. All the apartments connect, and normally those doors are left open. And it is we call it the compound, and it's treated as one big space. That's why we have keys to one another's apartments, and they all connect. And Elizabeth Mars and Josh and Rocky were all there. By there, they were in their respective places, not on my lap or on the couch or in the room next door to us. But they were there.
We've been going an hour and 10 minutes. Could we
So
please take
when
a
you-
break? It's been an hour and 10
Sure.
minutes. Okay. We're going to take, what, 5 to 10?
The time was
Can we ask to go
approximately-
off the record?
The time was approximately 4:28 p.m. and we're going off the record.
And I think that's it for today.
Right. Yeah. She's going to wrap it up there, and then I'll take it up the street. All right. There we go. All right.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. We got through that
Again.
chunk. That was a big chunk. That was like an hour and 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
So pretty good. That was a legitimate cold chill. I wasn't like shuddering from like, having to watch this. All right, we'll go over some super chats here, and then we'll kind of put a bow on this episode. Really appreciate everyone showing up. We're up to 5,600 viewers.
Awesome.
I think people are going to start signing out, and I can't tell you how appreciative we are.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for like your continued interest in the truth and all this stuff.
Yeah. Kendra Jensen, thank you so much, Kendra. As a survivor myself, I can relate. I can really relate to the small incident being the incident to leave. It's never the big fights.
It makes sense.
Okay, there we go. I mean, like that's sometimes it is. It's like, what is it? The saying is the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Correct.
It can be
correct.
Loaded down with a lot of stuff, but it can be one tiny little thing. Liz, thank you so much for the super sticker, Liz. We really appreciate you. Thank you. M4A now again. More 2 cents, please. Your interjections are why we're here. I think we're finding a pretty healthy balance. What do you think?
I think so.
I think we're doing a pretty good job of it. Now we kind of interrupted a lot, then we didn't at all, and now I think we're in this like happy pocket now.
Yes, agreed.
Free bird.
Ooh,
Wow.
Free bird. Thank you,
Free
sir.
bird.
Thank you so much.
Just killer song and killer donation here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you for all you do to bring the truth to all of us. Thank you so much. I really can't thank you enough. That is far too generous, but we really do thank you. Anne, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you, Anne. Crisscross applesauce. She always smiles when she sees a picture of herself. Yes. So when she said that it was a very traumatic time and at Coachella, and she was just like a really dark time, then she looks at the picture of her smiling with her friends, and she's like,
"Oh, it was great.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen this before. Thank you." Oh,
right.
Yeah, she always does. It's bizarre considering the context of everything.
Bizarre.
Yeah. Tammy, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for the 10. Thanks for sharing and all you do. These depots make me want to drink a mega pint.
Yes.
Same. No wonder Johnny said in San Fran that he drank because of her. He did say that. Bring me some Card Bordeaux box wine.
That's awesome.
I like that.
Love it.
I've never heard that before. Thank you so much, Tammy. Lisa again. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is one heck of a super sticker. Thank you for the 50, Lisa. You've been great. Thank you. Zigzag, thank you for this. Thank you for the 5. 5.4 in the chat, but only 1.7K likes. Please hit the like button. It's free. Yeah.
Hit the likes.
Hit the like. The like button is free. If you like the video, please do like it. If you want to share it or subscribe or anything like that. Yeah. Let's see. Let's show this one. Go ahead and read that one, Jax, while I get through.
Nolene, thank you very much. You've done such a wonderful job in this case. If I'm ever on trial, I'll be counting on you too. Oh my.
Well, if we have the strength.
Yeah.
And we're not very versed with the law, but
I'm pretty ready to be done with following court cases.
With this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. I just want to say we really appreciate you tuning in to part 5. I'll be getting volume 2 out soon, which is parts 3 and 4, and then once we wrap this up sometime this week or something, this will be the complete volume 3, and we'll get it out there. We appreciate everyone for joining us as always. If you want to subscribe to this channel and subscribe, anything like that, I've got some old videos that are more investigative if you want to check those out. Jax is over at Movie Myths and Monsters, and she does a lot of covering a lot of stuff surrounding this and pop culture and anything that's newsworthy. So give her a like and subscribe over there. And until next time, if there is a next time, take care. And Jax, we'll see you later.
We will see y'all in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.